It is February 2nd, 2021, and this is the latest news for Colombia. If you are heading to Colombia, this is the channel for you. Follow along.
Yeah, man, it's time to travel with dcbornrob on YouTube.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Again, this is my latest news update for Colombia. Not just Medellin, but Medellin, Bogota, Barranquilla, Bucamaranga, Cali, and I keep getting questions for Cartagena also. What are the lockdown situations? It looks like they're calming things down, so this is more of a positive news program. So if you're getting any benefits out of my video, do me a favor, go down and hit the subscribe button, click the bell to be alerted of any new videos, and like helps the YouTube algorithm. The more you go down and hit like, the more YouTube decides to share the video. For everybody who takes a second to go down right now and hit like, out of sight, brother man, you all right.
Peace and love, eh? Orale.
That's right. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna jump into a few stories. I've got a few. If it seems like I'm talking pretty fast, I am. It's my lunch break and I wanna get this out to you today. Okay, first one from El Tiempo. Starting tomorrow, the red alert will be lifted in Bogota. That's right, things are calming down in every city that I'm going to tell you a story on, which is good news for you if you're headed to Colombia. So Claudia Lopez, who's the mayor, says that the capital has already overcome the second peak of the pandemic. New measures are expected. And nothing is definite as of right now. She's going to reiterate this later today. I guess after finding out all more details, she's going to announce some sort of new plan. The mayor of Bogota, Claudia Lopez, reported this Tuesday morning that the capital has exceeded the peak of the second wave of COVID-19. With the favorable trend starting tomorrow, we will be able to lift the red alert, lift the quarantines by UPZ, and resume activities. This afternoon, we will announce how we will move forward. So this is very good news. You know, Bogota was the hotspot for the country, or at least they have more cases. Cali is, pretty hot too. Today, 29% of the cases reported in Colombia of the COVID-19 are in Bogota, in the city where they have been 843,000 cases, of which 2,368 were confirmed on February 1st, 2021. Of the total accumulated cases, 52.8% are women, and the highest concentration of the cases to age between 20 and 49 years old, with a percentage weight of 60%. Okay. The localities with the highest report of positive cases are in these same townships in Bogota. Suba with 15% of the cases, it's 85,000, followed by Kennedy with 13.4%, Engativá with 11.5%, Bolsa with 7.8%, and Usaquén presents 7.1%. These five localities contributed 54.8% of the confirmed cases in the district. 4.2% of these cases are in mild state, 0.9% moderate, and 0.3% in serious condition. So it is calming down in Bogota. So good news. Okay, next story. This is from Caracol Radio. And again, this was an entitled. I like to give you more than one source, especially for this, because they kind of tell the stories a little bit differently. The red alert is lifted and quarantines by UPZ in. Claudia Lopez confirmed that from this Wednesday, there will be no restriction in the different areas of the city. Bogota had a complicated January due to the issues of infections, deaths, and ICU occupation by COVID-19 and the peak of the pandemic. Now, after mobility restrictions and quarantines, the mayor of Bogota, Claudia Lopez, confirmed that the red alert was exceeded. What this measure means is that the restrictions will be lowered, so the mayor confirmed that from this Wednesday, there will be no mandatory isolation in the different UPZs as they came a few days ago. Let us remember that these cases are in the city that have been protested by merchants due to the closures, so that from this Wednesday, they could open without problem. There you go. Things that looks like they're getting better. I don't know if they're manipulating the numbers or not. I can't say that, but from all the stories that I'm reading, it looks like the virus is getting better there or going down, in which case they're trying to lower the need for quarantines and curfews and so on, and PICO, CEDULA, and so on. Okay. This one is from RCN Radio. PICO and ID are suspended and the curfew continues in Cartagena. The unions have requested to make this measure more flexible. Okay. The National Federation of Merchants Boulevard section has asked the Mayor of Cartagena, William Daou Shamat, to suspend the peak in measures in ID in the city and also extend the opening hours for tourist establishments. This request was accepted by the local president, who announced changes to the restrictions that currently remain in force through Decree 0038 on January 15th, which expires at 0000 hours on February 2nd. That's tonight at midnight. The mayor assured that the curfew will be from Sunday through Thursday from 0000 hours to 5 a.m. each day. Friday and Saturday will be allowed to be on the streets until 2 a.m. So they're really cutting this down. And it was, so currently it was from Sunday through Thursday from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. the next day, and from Friday and Saturday from 0000 hours to 5 a.m. each day. As of Tuesday, will be only a curfew from Sunday through Thursday. That is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. People can go out until midnight. So there you go. They're winding it down in Cartagena. Another look at it. Cartagena eliminates the peak in CEDULA and makes the curfew more flexible as of February 2nd. However, the city continues to be on alert to avoid COVID-19 infections in the boulevard and prevent emergencies. So put on your mask and it looks like you can get out. With no peak and identification card to enter shopping centers, banks, and Bazurdo Market, among others, and with more flexible curfew, Cartagena modified its measures to deal with pandemic starting this Tuesday, February 2nd. Mayor William Daou pointed out that the management of the virus in the city is occupations ICU beds, which, according to the district health department, has not exceeded 64% in recent weeks, allows these measures to be more flexible. So they're calming it down from different ways. Wear your mask, people, when you go, and allow them to continue the trend downward. Okay, this one is from Vanguardia. This one's from, looks like they were up at midnight doing this one. Mayor Bucamaranga will request the clearing of the PICO y CEDULA and a curfew between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. So they're trying to get rid of this too. This is Bucamaranga. The mayor of Bucamaranga, Juan Carlos Cardenas Rey, said that he will propose to dismantle the even and odd peak in CEDULA that on paper will govern until next Friday, February 5th. It's worth remembering that this restriction only allows citizens to make purchases and do banking procedures, as well as other activities every other day. Additionally, the head of the local government will suggest that implement a curfew that goes between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. with prohibition. These measures would take effect from next Saturday. According to the president, he himself will submit such a proposal for discussion at the next meeting of the Unified Command Post. There you go. So this is Bucamaranga. They're trying to get rid of the PICO y CEDULA, and it looks like they're just trying to do a dry law. This one is El País. This one is regarding Cali. Okay. This is the PICO y CEDULA in Cali for Tuesday, February 2nd. According to the Peak and ID for this Tuesday, February 2nd in Cali, people whose ID ends in an even number are authorized to enter commercial establishments, banks, and notaries. That is, identity documents that end in 2468 or 0. The measure decreed by the mayor's office seeks to slow down the spread of COVID-19 and decongest the hospital network of the city and the region. It does not restrict the movement of people, but rather activities such as acquisition of goods and services, carry out proceedings in banking, financial and notarial establishments, and go to the citizen service points in the city. So there you go. Cali's calming it down. And Cali's numbers are high. Keep that in mind. Okay. Next up to Barranquilla, but right quick, I just want to say thanks to Ralph. Ralph actually won my survey the other day, my raffle on what was on my Medellin tattoo. He got it right off the bat, and the good thing was he's here in Houston. So Ralph, I'll be mailing you this one soon with a little extra gift since you're local too. Also, a shout out to Justin in Medellin. He's feeling under the weather. He's actually in Medellin. I told him to reach out to Rappy and make sure he can get him some Sweet Georgia Cafe, because the Sweet Georgia Breakfast and Sports Bar location is right around the corner from him. So good vibes his way, people. Do me that favor. We don't want to see anybody under the weather, especially in paradise. Okay, make sure you do stop by Sweet Georgia Cafe, both locations. If you have not seen it, go back and look at my last video, and I had a good talk with Rob, the owner. When you go, tell him DC Rob said to see that Rob, okay? Tell him DC Rob or DC Born Rob, whichever sent you there, okay? Also, hit me up on Instagram. I am DC Born Rob on YouTube, on Instagram, DC Born Rob on YouTube. Hit me up if you have any questions or anything I can be of assistance. You want to get in communication with me, that's the best way to contact me. Also, remember to reach out to Andres if you need a driver or a tour guide. He's my man. His information will be below in the description as well. Okay, again, back to La Libertad. Curfew and dry law for Carnival days. Councilor Andres Rengifo. Okay, this is from today also. The cabinet requests the mayor that part of the resources be invested in strengthening the health of the system and help the vulnerable population. The pandemic has not had a rest, and in the city of Barranquilla, the cases have been increasing, taking lives and leaving many people seriously ill. However, in recent days, the organization of Carnival spread its virtual carnival agenda on social networks during their carnival days, which began on January 23rd with a special side and culminate on February 16th with a traditional Sunday. However, these statements by Carnival cause discontent in citizens and negative comments because citizens think that it is not convenient to spend so much budget for their realization in the face of so much need and losses that COVID-19 has left. So the people are saying this time, don't spend the money on the carnival. Help us out, help the people who need it. That is why the councilor of the Green Alliance Party, Andres Rengifo Lemus, expressed his rejection and great concern about the latent risk that exists when carrying out this agenda and asked Mayor Jaime Pormerejo to decree a curfew and a dry law in days of Carnival. We are not a party time. We are not in a party time, he says, much less in celebration. This measure is urgent and necessary if we do not want there to be a lack of control of infections in the city. I'll stop there. So these are the people telling the counselor, we need to start locking it up a little bit. I mean, or give money back too. Instead of spending money on a big carnival, virtual carnival, send it to us. Again, La Libertad. Now, this is one I had to throw up because it has to do with the tourists. So this is more of a warning, a heads up. Don't leave your luggage in any car. Bring your luggage up front if you can. I mean, if it's just you, you got space up in the front seat and you got space in the back seat, but don't get out and taking pictures like old boy did here. So check this story out. Hernan Rivero, who came to the city of Barranquilla in order to meet her, is going through his worst nightmare. The man was a victim of theft of his suitcases by a taxi driver who transported them to the window to the world. The man assured that he has in his possession the license plates of the vehicle and also the names of the driver. The man took the taxi in order to be transported to the Masalon Puerta de Oro, but when passing by the monument, he decided to stop and take a picture with his wife and son. However, to the surprise of the tourists, as soon as the three got out of the vehicle, the taxi driver fled the scene. Whoa, dude, really? We managed to take the plate. The plate is SXQ001. The vehicle appears in the name of Jose Luis Ramos Arias, he explained. So I'm guessing they're going to catch him and he's going to say, oh, no, I was just going around the corner of the park and, you know, I couldn't stay right here or whatever. But take your suitcases with you. I'm not one to take taxis anyway. I'm a private driver or an Uber. I'm not going to take a taxi unless a 10-minute ride between two places that I'm familiar with and I know the routes. That's the only way I'm going to do it. Okay. Next story. Attention, curfew the next 3 weekends in Atlantico. The governor and department also decreed a dry law as of last Friday. So most of these weekends that this is referring to, this was posted on the 28th, but I wanted to make sure that you were aware of this. It says the Atlantic government decreed this Thursday a curfew starting this Friday, January 29th and at 7 p.m. and for the next 3 weekends with the intention of preventing the spread of COVID-19 in the department. But it says with this measure, the circulation of all the inhabitants of the department, with the exception of the district of Barranquilla, is prohibited. So if you're in the district of Barranquilla, it looks like you're straight. If not, it applies from Friday, February 5th, 7 p.m. to Saturday, and then Friday till Saturday, Friday 6th at 5 a.m. and from Saturday, February 6th at 7 p.m. to Sunday, February 7th at 5 a.m. So, but if you're in the district, you should be straight. Next quick one. Okay, this one is about the peak in Tuesday in Valley of Abura and Medellin, but I'm going to scroll to the bottom because it's just this section that I'm concerned with. What about the peak in ID of Medellin? It should be remembered that in Medellin, the cases of COVID-19 are still being studied, for which its mayor, Daniel Quintero, days ago announced that the measures of the peak in ID and the curfew in the capital of the mountain were suspended. However, he made it clear that in the next 20 days, we would dedicate them to finishing adjusting protocols, doing drills, and establishing communication with people over 80 and their families regarding COVID-19. So it looks like Medellin is wide open right now. Be careful wherever you go, but looks like Medellin is saying, come on in. If you are coming on in, you need to get to Sweet Georgia Cafe. If you don't go, you're not in the know. I'm telling you this. And nothing like getting a good breakfast or good lunch or good dinner and some good drinks with camaraderie. You have other expats there too. You're going to run into a bunch of YouTubers you didn't even know were there. You're going to run into a bunch of people, a bunch of viewers from my channel. So show up there, introduce yourself, get on the WhatsApp list so you can be alerted of excursions or events that they're going to have, because it's going to be the spot, let me tell you. Again, if I'm offering any information of benefit, do me a favor, go down and hit the subscribe button, click the bell to be alerted of any new videos, and like. Like helps the YouTube algorithm, helps more people get to see the video. Thank you guys so much, and be safe.
We have a YouTube channel, like it.
Please comment and share if you like the video. Please subscribe and kick the bell.